Alright, a lot of people keep asking me how I get crap that looks like that to look good. Now normally most people would throw these pipes away. Of course that's just Yankees, you know, somebody pissed in their gene pool and I don't know, they just got that lazy shit going on. But first thing to knock the rust off, you chrome screwed if they're looking like that anyway. Get the rust off, just like this. Don't dig your bristles in. Take the side. Just lay that on there, just like you're hitting it with a buffer or something. Yeah, wire ain't gonna scratch if you're using this part. If you're using this part, yeah, you're gonna scratch. And the way I do it, I'm still gonna get a few scratches. That's what this buffing wheel is for, is to take them out. I'll get to that later. In the meantime, take this off. See, there's something wrong with these Yankees. I swear it's more than somebody pissed in their gene pool. But I can take that little strip right there and turn it into just as pretty as this area I've already done right here. Now what I do when I get this kind of stuff is I side clamp it, but because we probably got some false sheet have to use this and all that, you know, over here like this. I've got my board there. That's my brace. You got a brace according to what the hell you're doing and how you're doing it. Actually, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to slide that back up out of the way. Right under there. Always use you a big crap up. You know, they're just these little clamps. And we'll that stuff. Alright, I'm braced in my corner brace there. Something will be braced right here. Something wrong in these Yankees mentality that causes them to come down here in the wintertime and try and restore a bike, and then they'll pay me to do this shit. Now if you think about it, if somebody's making minimum wage, by the time they pay me for one of these pipes, they've worked 40 hours to do a 2 or 3 hour job. All you got to do on this heavy stuff is the same thing, but go on ahead and let it dig in. Keep you a little bit of, I don't know if I can illustrate that, but keep you a little bit of angle in there. Now just to check your work, take a little bit of this. This is just cheap ass chrome polish. Don't put your Winnow, don't put your semi-chrome on at this stage in the game. All you're trying to do right now is just dissolve a little bit of surface rust. And actually by heating it with that brass brush from the friction, I've dug a lot of this down and it'll become part of the metal again, but not very good. And I'll actually take it back out with chrome polish. A little bit more just to be sure. That's plenty. Don't worry if it runs over, that just means you got extra on there. It's good to use. Alright, now that's that little deep rust strip is gone. It's almost like this. I got about another hour to go on this side of it. And this, I'm going to leave them little pits in there because they'll turn gold. However, I am going to buff them out with a buffer and some emery in a minute. But I'm going to kill the camera for now, polish the shit out of this thing, and then turn it back on in a while, and I'm going to look real good. Anyway, in just a second here. Alright, now. These shits is a lot prettier than they were a minute ago. This is the left outer. I showed you all that a while ago. That shit looks pretty good. Now they're ready to go inside. And they will in just a minute. I'll reset up the camera so y'all can see how that looks. Look at there. It's just pretty. I got a lot of pitting on this one. And I'm not taking that all the way through. I'll fill that in with silver solder later on. I got a torch, I got a stick of silver solder, I know how to polish that shit out and make it look like chrome. All the rest of this is going to come out real nice. So I'll take and polish that inside, and I'll get that on the thing. But you know, Dennis here, he was telling me about West Virginia. They got their own educational program. What was that?
Well, they got 3 hours in education there. It's reading, writing, and Route 33 to Columbus.
Ah, okay. Anyway, give me a minute. I'm going to get all this shit inside and re-aim the camera and shit, and I'll show you how to do the rest of it. Alright, I've done moved back in here now. What I've got in here today is 2200 grit emery. I've still got my same little broom bristles in there. I love them fucking things. They do a good job and they get all this rust out of these pits. Now when you use this on chrome like this, you've got to go slow. Don't get in a hurry. Just go on ahead. Make sure you got your cigarettes sitting right there. Get you a soda. Have it handy. Set it on something other than your table so it doesn't shake and fizz all over the place when you sneak a sip. But anyway, I'm going to give you a little quickie on this and then I'll move over to this in a while. But we're going to use this strip right here for comparison. And this is nasty. Give me just a minute here. I ain't moving for shit. I'm going real slow cut. Don't dig that shit in. If you dig it in, you're going to rut it. Alright, so I still got a few pits. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm just showing you how easy this shit is. Right now, I probably got an hour and a half in both pipes outside. And I got about maybe whatever you just saw right here on the inside. This shit's already starting to look pretty. I'm getting them pits out. I ain't gonna get them all the way out, but I'm gonna get that shit clean because of them brushes. And after I'm done with this, I'm gonna start hitting it with the buffer with a little bit of emery powder in there. I'll show you that too, and you'll see the final result. But this just gives you an idea. This shit ain't hard. I mean, all these lazy ass Yankees come down here, you know, they just don't, they'd rather work 40 hours or to pay me to do some shit like this than just fucking spend 3 or 4 hours doing it themselves. That's 45 years, no, 46 years of rust that I've taken off of here in just very little time, a couple hours. But like I said, I'll finish this off and I'll kick the camera back on and show you the buffing stage. But right before the buffing stage, this shit will almost look like chrome. And I've got a trick with some Winol that will polish it back up, and I'll probably take a torch. I ain't gonna put that on camera, but I'll probably take a torch and polish some flux and some silver solder, put it in there just to fill the pits, and then buff the whole thing. As long as the guy runs the bike within a week or so, you will not be able to tell that from chrome. But if he doesn't run it within the first week and doesn't run it a couple of times a year, that shit will tarnish just like silver always does. Anyway, let me get on this. Alright, now, this is done. It's not done, there's still a few scratches in there, but we're going to call it good. This is a Yankee, and I don't like no fucking Yankees. That looks a lot better than all that rusty, crusty shit. And Dennis has got this other one out here, and it is
Among the complaints against MIMS, infrequent filter replacement, overly quiet exhaust pipes, and public sobriety.
Public sobriety, man, they nailed that bitch. Alright, now, Dennis has got this other one sitting here in just chrome polish. And then he's going to wipe that off with a fresh layer later on. Now, I told him to leave that shit on there and then wipe it off later. There's a reason behind that. What that does is it soaks it in. And any chrome polish, especially the cheaper brands, will dig in and eat the rust a little bit. It'll make for a nicer, shinier edge. Anyway, there's a big difference here, ain't there, folks? And remember, when you get a Yankee coming into your shop that wants to have you polish up shit that he's too lazy to polish, you just be polite, take their money, be nice, show them which way north is.